My favourite Liverpool kit. Again, it's emotional sometimes, but for me, I'd have to say there's two. 1986 FA Cup final, the Crown Paints. It was a dream come true for me to score a goal at Wembley in the FA Cup final. And I would say the last time we won the league, the Candy kit. They were absolutely incredible kits for me, and they bring back so many happy memories. The striker I would most probably compare myself to would be, for me, I would say Aguero. I think he's an absolutely fantastic player, and I think I look at inside the penalty box. He's very sharp inside the penalty box, so I'd go with Aguero there. There's been so many great players coming through the academy, but when you look back at it, I would say Fowler, Gerrard, and more recently Trent. Everyone asks me which is my favourite goal, but in fairness and truthfully, I don't have one, because my job was to score goals. If I scored one, I want to score two. If I scored two, I want to score three. If I scored three, I want to go four. But whether it's from 1 yard out or from the odd time 20 yards out, for me it's my job to do that. And when you see the smiles on the faces of the people in the Kop and all the Liverpool supporters, it makes it all worthwhile. I think records are there to be broken. It's great when you do have records for the club and all that, but if someone beats it, fair enough. And I think that means that the club are doing well, the person's doing well. So, yeah, it's for me, it's one of them things where, yeah, it's great to have the records, but records are there to be broken. For me, Neville Southall. In my opinion, he was the best goalkeeper in the world for about 4 or 5 years. The advice I give to a striker is never be scared to miss. That's what it's all about. I played in a game where I missed 4 or 5 chances, but I scored the 6th one. And when you score that 6th goal, only 1 goal, everyone forgets about the 4 or 5 you missed. So in my opinion, I'd say definitely never be scared to miss. Easy, Dalglish. I was lucky because I got to play with Kenny Dalglish. There's been some tremendous players over the past and present, but there's one that does stand out for me, and that would have to be Steven Gerrard, an absolutely quality player and an all-time Liverpool legend. In my playing time, I'd have to say two. One without doubt was Paul McGrath from Manchester United. Paul was very quick and an excellent player. The other one, I would say, when I was at Juventus, Franco Baresi. He was an absolutely incredible player. Franco Baresi wasn't quick, and I like to anticipate the ball and everything, but his reading of the game was the best I've ever seen, so I'd have to put them two in, not one, I'd have to put the two into that. Bob Paisley was the best manager I've ever played under. I think he knew everything about the game. But I think most probably one of his strongest points is most probably his man management. He knew how to handle every individual. I'll give you a little story about me. When I been in Liverpool for a year or so, I went to see Bob in his office and asked him, for a pay rise. And he said, why? He said, you haven't done anything. And I thought I'd done well to get into the first team in my first year. And he said, how many goals have you scored? And I said, none. He said, but the team were winning. He said, well, you need to be selfish. If you're a striker, you need to be selfish. So we had this big argument with Bob and everything. So I asked to be put on the transfer list. And Bob said, okay, you're on the transfer list. So I went away from Liverpool saying, I'm playing to get away from Liverpool here. And I was playing for myself. And I played a couple of reserve team games, scored. Lucky enough, I got a chance in a European game. I think we were 6-0 up, and then Bob brought me on and I scored in front of the Kop end. And again, after that, I got a chance in the League Cup. I think we played in Exeter City. We played at Exeter. We won 5-0, I scored 2. We came on a Saturday against Leeds United in the league. We won 3-0, I scored 2 again. And we played the second leg against Exeter at Anfield. And we won 5-0 again, and I scored 2 again. So basically, I scored like about 7 goals in about 10 games. But I was actually playing to get away from Liverpool Football Club. And then again, about a month later, Bob pulls me in the office and says, I think you deserve that pay rise now because you've been scoring goals. So I said, does that mean I'm off the transfer list? And he said, you're never even on it. So they talk about psychology and all that. Today, for me, Bob Paisley was 20, 30 years ahead of his time. Yes, I was. I signed my first contract with Nike in, I would say, 82, 83, and I've been with Nike ever since. So for me, it's great to see them join forces with Liverpool Football Club. I might be a bit biased, but for me, Nike will always be the best brand. And I don't think the fans will be disappointed with the kit either.